This week, I want to talk about you, the everyday Americans, and the untold human tragedy unfolding before our very eyes. Because you see, America is failing you. And those we have selected to help fix the problems we face are inevitably only making them worse. Now, the politicians, they think you're stupid. They think that if they just keep talking about how popular the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill is, you just won't notice that less than 5 cents on the dollar has gone directly to Americans in need. Now, Democrats in particular, they think you're too dumb to notice that they just wiped out the debts and deficits from decades of bad stewardship in blue states without even demanding that the districts receiving those billions of dollars actually open the schoolhouse doors or that they help the people facing the biggest challenges. And our Republican friends, unfortunately, well, we're not doing much better. We have politicians on the right so focused on the plight of Dr. Seuss, they have forgotten the sad truth that the real reason why many children have no idea what happened on Mulberry Street is because too many public school students are not reading at grade level. Together, Republicans and Democrats are locked in an ideological battle that dwarfs the pain at the heart of our shared human story. We reflexively fight for or against things like a $15 minimum wage instead of addressing the true horror of our failed public policy. There are plenty of jobs around the globe pay a living wage that could have been done on U.S. soil had our leaders been less focused on securing today's blue-collar votes and been more focused on preserving tomorrow's blue-collar jobs. And now, with children already falling behind their international peers in academic proficiency, with legions of adults who went back to school and took on new debt to train for new jobs that no longer exist, our leaders are consumed with what I can only imagine they believe will be the issues that will come to define the 21st century. Is the British royal family racist? And how in the world can we free Britney Spears from the abuse of economic bondage? Now, Democrats and Republicans have become a dysfunctional odd couple whose hijinks threaten to ruin the legacy of prosperity and freedom that has made America a beacon of light for the world. Democrats are like the grandparents who want to feed America sugar, and Republicans are like the parent who wants to put the Democrats in jail for trying to give America diabetes. And both of them have forgotten that none of that will matter if America starves to death during the course of the actual argument. Now, it would almost be funny if the stakes weren't so outrageously high. Aggressive lockdown policies in response to COVID-19 helped usher in the sharpest rise to poverty in America since 1960. By the end of 2020, 8 million new Americans found themselves living at or below the federal poverty threshold. And despite the gains we have witnessed in the job sector, we remain 8.5 million jobs short of where we were 1 year ago today. We are barely scratching the surface of ensuring that every single one of the 74 million Americans who lost their job at some point during the pandemic can find gainful employment. We have not acknowledged that America's children have been used as pawns in a battle between bureaucrats and unions that has very little to do with the already questionable quality of their education. And while we continue to play cancel culture roulette from Teen Vogue to Pepe Le Pew, China has rolled out a new 5-year plan to accompany their 100-year blueprint for global dominance. So yes, America is failing you. America is failing our children, and America, quietly as it is kept, is losing the race for the future. And the price tag on this looming Greek tragedy already exceeds the cost of the war in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. So yes, we can continue to argue about nursery rhymes if we want. We can take our stimulus checks and spend it all on Dr. Seuss if it makes us feel good. Or we can finally demand the leadership that America needs. And together, we can fight for the bold, prosperous future that every American